What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Fortnite Battle Royale video. This video, we're going to be talking about the map. There's going to be no gameplay. It's just going to be me rambling over pictures of the map, looking at the new map, comparing it to the old map, giving my thoughts, opinions, questions, all that good stuff, so we can kind of discuss it in the comments down below. Again, if you don't like watching me ramble and talk about, you know, new Fortnite changes and all that stuff, or if you're expecting gameplay, click off now. It's not what you're going to get. I basically saw this new image of the updated map and the GIF. There's like a GIF floating around that, you know, goes from the old map to the new map to kind of show the changes. You know, I saw that, but I didn't look at it too closely because I just assumed it was like information I was already, for the most part, familiar with. I just started looking at it a little bit closer and realized that there's so many new points of interest, and it got me really excited. Even I haven't been this excited for a game update in a long time, like DLC or whatever you want to call it. So anyways, let's get right to it. So as you can see here, this is the old map, obviously, and yes, I'm using GIMP, which is basically a free to use it's basically a free version of Photoshop. So I know there's going to be people that are like, who the hell? But anyway, so this is the old map, as you can see here, with all the good stuff. Now, one thing I want to first look at is, this is where I normally jump in. This is like my favorite spot right now. It's been my favorite spot for probably over a month. The racetrack is so fun if you haven't tried it out. I think a lot of people try to loot the house, but they don't realize if you go to this tent back here, there's a double chest spawn possibility, and then even on the deck above, there's some good loot, and then there's loot at the tree, and there's loot in this little dip hole right here, and loot in this little dip hole. Then you could just head west, because like salty, retail, you know, the whatever, the scrapyard or whatever over here, even the oh my god, Lord, the trailer park, Lonely Lodge, all these, prison, Moisty Mire, these are very heavily dropped into locations, so you can kind of get here. Sometimes you run into players, sometimes you won't. Then you just head west, mop up everybody that's already looted, grab their shit. Anyways, what I want to talk about though, because this is a very frequent, this is where I go like 90% of my matches, I noticed this bad guy right here, right? So as you can see, there's nothing here on this version, and here you sees it, obviously. So you've got the little, there's like a little shack with some trees around it here. Sorry, there's no higher res, at least that I could find. This is just what we've got. But so this is like a little shack with trees around it, and then there's that broken down house right here, and right here they have just added something significant in size. I mean, it's almost the size as the trailer. It's a little bit smaller than the trailer park, about half the size of the trailer park, but there's something with significant size there, so I'm really curious to see what that is. At first I saw it and I was like, oh, that's the prison, and then I'm like, no, wait, definitely not. This is obviously the prison. You got Moisty here, obviously, so I'm really curious to see what that is, because that's going to heavily impact my playstyle. Then again, I don't know what my playstyle is going to be after this map update, because there's so many new locations, so many new points of interest, and I'm really curious. I think, I don't know, man. I think they might have also, because this is basically what I started looking at. Like, I saw that, okay. I haven't really noticed anything. Basically, once I started noticing things, I started recording, because I just figured we could do this together, have a little bit of fun, right? But I think they added a lot of new points of interest on the left side of the map, and the right side of the map is just like Old Town now, you know, like that. Even more than what I said, you know, I speculated in my video about Tilted Towers, about the new city, that these new locations were going to really like make things unbalanced at first, because everybody's going to want to see this new stuff. I know when this update drops, I'm going to be grinding the shit out of it. I want to learn all these new locations. I want to, you know, see what's what and how things play out and just get used to it. I'm really excited for it. So I don't know. I think it's even going to be worse now. So anyway, so yeah, we've got this spot right here outside of racetrack, and I'm really curious as to what that is going to be. But then, like, if you look, let's say up here by Anarchy, right? So west of Anarchy, we've got something here. Is that like a, my first thought was maybe kind of like a Dusty Depot. It almost just looks like oh, you know what that is? Actually, yeah, that's probably, see, I didn't watch like any other videos. I'm sure other people have broke this down with better information. That looks like the motel, just by the L-shaped, one of the screens that they show. It's like an L-shaped motel. I'm almost positive that's the motel. And then you've got something here, and then you've got Junk Junction, Haunted Hills. So, you know, you've got 2 named locations. You've got something here. This looks like the hotel, or the motel rather. So you just got like, boom, 4 new points of interest here north of Pleasant Park, where previously there was nothing. You know, I think there was like a house or 2 up there maybe, and that's about it. And then obviously at Loot Lake, we've got the giant new massive city, the biggest city in the game, essentially. I mean, Pleasant is more like residential. I'm saying Tilted is like a city, like a proper big city. So, you know, we've got that right outside of Loot Lake, obviously. And then we've got something here that looks, I mean, this looks like one of the depots from Dusty Depot. So maybe like an industrial, you know, yard of some sort right here. And then obviously you see Snobby Shores, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that looks like a plot. You can't tell if there's like, these definitely 4 right here, but there's an extra plot there, I believe, too. Snobby Shores, so obviously by the name, it's right on the lake, or right on the ocean, whatever you want to call it. Snobby Shores, I'm assuming these are going to be like giant, rich mansions, right? So I'm excited to see those. Also, I'm really glad that I kind of, like, I touched on it in my Tilted Towers video about how, you know, hopefully there's more stuff to this update that they haven't shown us yet. You know, hopefully they only teased a little bit, which obviously they did, because there's so much new content looking like gonna be in this update. So yeah, really excited to see what Snobby Shores is. You know, that made me think maybe they should, is that, what is that? Let's see here. Is that also in this? Let's see. What is that? Boom. So just west of this mountain here, we've got, yeah, I think that's just those 2 houses. I actually had a game that I won with my subs not too long ago. I think in this location, I literally pickaxed this entire house out just for fun. So I think that's an existing location, this right here. But Snobby Shores made me think, like, it'd be cool if they put a golf course somewhere. And, you know, actually that kind of looks like a golf course right there west of Greasy. But it's not. It's just all the little different pieces of terrain and stuff like that. But yeah, a golf course I think would be pretty cool. So then down here, Flush Factory, you know, the updates don't stop. You used to just have Flush Factory right here, and then Fatal Fields way out to the northeast. Now you've got Flush Factory. You've got something immediately north of it here, close to the bridge, just south of Shifty. And then you've got something pretty substantial in size here. These look like factories to me, you know, from the top down. Obviously resolution's terrible and all that stuff, but from what I see there, it reminds me of the factories out here to the west of Retail. So I'm expecting maybe like a giant factory yard there or something. Shifty Shafts, I'm assuming by the name, is going to be the mine that they talked about, which it is right next to a mountain. A lot of people were speculating that instead of it just being more of an underground, I mean, it's still underground technically, but it would be like butted up next to a mountain, and inside of the mountain would be the mine. So, you know, people had good thoughts there, and it seems like they pegged that one right on the head. So yeah, basically, again, I just wanted to kind of go over. I'm still not seeing much. Like, do you guys see? I looked at Tomato Town closely because, you know, before I started dropping Racetrack, Tomato Town was like my shit. I would always go there. There's really nothing new in this whole area right here. This little bit of stuff out here was already there. These scattered houses, you know, these 2 houses here northeast of Tomato. And then you've got the scrap, not even a scrap yard. I never know what to call that, the industrial shipyard or whatever there. And then you've got Retail, you've got the trailer park, Lonely Lodge, all that. I hope there's like little things, like maybe there's just an extra cabin in Lonely, or, you know, an extra house sitting out here somewhere. Stuff like that would be cool. I've always thought that this area between, you know, like this right here is just like no man's land. This whole area right here is just like Sniper City. So maybe like a couple dotted houses in here would be cool, or just a couple extra of those little cabins or whatever would be neat. But it's looking to me like they just did a whole lot of work on the west side of the map and not much over here, with the exception of this. So I am really excited to see what that might be. But if you zoom out, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, I think this update looks great. I think everything looks great. Like, if you look at it overall, you got Fatal, you got the prison, you got this, you got Retail, you got Salty, Dusty Depot, the factories, the trailer park, Lonely. Like, you've got lots of points of interest over here. And now you've got just as many points of interest over on the left side of the map. So I think overall this map is going to be a lot more balanced and a lot more fun. It's going to just bring a lot more into gameplay. I've been getting kind of burnt out on Fortnite a little bit. I still absolutely love it and play it almost daily, but you know, you just get to that point in a BR once you've played the same map over and over and over and over. You're like, God, come on, give me new stuff. And Fortnite's been doing really good on, you know, weekly updates, new items, new equipment, new whatever. But this map is really going to help. You know, you can imagine I'm going to get super excited anytime the zone, the fight ends somewhere over here, you know, Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, any of these new points of interest. Whenever there's going to be firefights or game-ending situations on this west side of the map, I'm going to be really excited because it's going to feel almost like a new game. You know, it's just going to add a lot. I'm excited to see all the stuff like Tilted Towers alone. It's going to take me multiple games just to drop in there and play around in that city and try to learn the ins and outs of everything, all the little hiding spots and all that, you know, and that's just one point of interest. Like, there's so much more. So I'm really excited. I haven't been this excited for an update in a game in a long time. I really want to see all this stuff. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to go over. I just wanted to kind of go over everything with you guys here on camera, have some fun, read the comments. Again, you know, over here, I think this right here, west of Tilted Towers, is like another depot with some random crap around it. Let me know what you think. Snobby Shores, probably some mansions, some big, rich, luxurious mansions, and you know, there's just lots of new stuff. I think that, yeah, that's just the gas station here south of Pleasant Park. That's the cabin in the woods right there, but that's already been there in that little forest. And also just all the new colors on the map. You can tell, you know, they mentioned that previously in their dev update that they were going to add, you know, new grass and trees and just make the biomes really feel like you're in a special place. So like if you're down here anywhere around Moisty Mire, you're really going to feel like you're in a swamp. And you know, obviously there's just kind of different shades of the greeneries and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited for this, and what I want from you guys here at the end of this video, I want everybody down in the comments down below to pick a place here on this map, any place you can think of. What are you most excited for on this new map? Where are you going to, the day that this map comes out, where exactly are you most interested in on this map? One of the named locations, one of the non-named locations. You know, if it's something that's not named, just let me know exactly where it is, you know, directions from the other named locations, and let's just discuss what we're excited about, where we're going to be dropping in first. I know I'm going to have a hard time personally not dropping into that new location over by Racetrack because I'm really curious what that is, and I always drop in there. That's just where I always go. Like if you looked at a heat map of where I jump, it's like always, it's like 90% around that racetrack. So I really want to know what that is. But then again, all these new locations over here, I'm gonna have a really hard time ignoring those and not just dropping pretty much anywhere on the western side of the map because I want to know what this stuff is. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for all the love on the Fortnite videos. You guys have been awesome lately, and I'll see you on the next video.